Brother Frank, this is for you, my brother. I love you so much. Continuing to pray for you. I'm excited about the 12 steps and hopefully shedding some light on the 12 steps for some Christians. I know it gets a lot of backlash. A lot of people want to argue, well, there's only one step, which is Jesus Christ, which I believe is true. I know it's true, but sometimes, the level of our sin and you know what, Jesus can heal us right away from addiction, and he has took the compulsion away. But I think the 12 steps are great for anybody, Christian or non-Christian. I think everyone should work the 12 steps, because we're all dealing with some kind of hang-up or some kind of struggle, some kind of insecurity, something. We're not perfect, and we are human, and that's why we need Christ. That's why he gave Paul the thorn on the side, is to remember that we are strong in our weaknesses. Through our weaknesses, we are strong because we're leaning on Christ. So we're never going to be perfect. But the 12 steps helps us to deal with things and gives us tools for a tool bag. So that's just a little introduction I just wanted to put out there. But with the stigma of the 12 steps, I always use this as an analogy. Some people are so far from God. They're so angry, resentful. They are so mad at God and so far from God. And that's where I was at. I was mad at him. But my story is a little different. I came to the bottom of mine where I accepted Christ before I started working the 12 steps. But I was introduced to the 12 steps right away, because God knew that I was going to need that. But for a lot of people, they're so resentful. They don't even want nothing to do with God. They become atheists. They become an agnostic. And it's like this. To get from your house to a job, you have to get in a car. You have to get in a car. I mean, you could ride your bike, get on a bus, but either way, you get in some kind of transportation to get you to where you got to your destination. That's what the 12 steps are. They are the vehicle to get you to God, because you are so far in your sin, so far in your resentment and your insecurities, so far in your own head and your own mind, and the enemy has pushed you so far away from God, that the 12 steps is the vehicle to get you back in a relationship with God. And that's what it does, is it builds you with a relationship with God. So I'm excited to take these 12 steps with you and to recreate them in a way that, not recreate them because they've already been created, but to give a new perspective, and to put we admitted we are powerless over alcohol. Well, we admitted that we are powerless over people, places, and things, over our hang-ups and our compulsions. And I'm going to tell you right now, the first step is very important. It is like the domino effect for the rest of the steps. We is the key word in that step. We admitted we were powerless. We don't have to do it alone. So many times the enemy has told us that we're alone, that we can't do this, that we're not good enough, that we're different, that we're not, all the insecurity, all the disappointment, all the things, the lies that the enemy has put into our mind, he has put in there. And that first word, we, Brother Frank, Brother Victor, Brother Chris, all of them, we admitted we are powerless over our dependencies, over our hang-ups, over our hurts. We admitted that we were powerless over people, places, and things. We. That right there, that word "we" makes me feel so much better to know that I am not alone. Because for so long, he has put us isolated in this room by ourselves, to think that the way we think, the thoughts that we thought, the things that we did, that we are disgusting and we are bad, and that we are different, that we are not, we're set apart, we're scum. To know that there's people around this world that we admitted that we can do this together. And you try to put we in front of each step. We came to believe that Jesus Christ is real. We came to believe that we need to turn our will and our lives over the care of God as we understand Him. We made a fearless and thorough inventory. We We do this together. We walk step by step together. In a brotherhood and accountability, that's what the first step, we. Remember that we in there. It's powerful. And one other thing is, the first step is honesty. Be honest. It's the hardest thing for me to say is that I became my best customer, that I was a dope fiend. It took so much. And for a while, I couldn't even say it. Honesty is the best key. Honesty is for me to say, Frank, today I feel like using, man. Today I just had some using dreams. I feel like using today, man. I feel like using, a woman. I feel like using this. And it's to be completely and fully honest. That's what we have to do. We have to be completely and fully honest with ourselves. To thy own self be true. We have to be honest with ourselves each and every day. Be honest with ourselves each and every day. And honesty, you got to get that down. And, it's hard to be honest. And the enemy's going to lie to us and say, don't go to the 12-step meeting tonight, and don't tell them how you're feeling inside, because they're going to think you're already using, or they're thinking that you're going to use tomorrow. And he's going to throw all this doubt and insecurity, but that's a lie. A problem shared is a problem cut in half. And that's where the enemy has power, because we're only as sick as our secrets. And he wants us to keep things in so that he can use that against us. And then he can manifest it inside us. So the thing is to share it out. That's the biggest secret, is sharing it, being honest and just sharing where you're at. So honesty is the first step. And as long as you can say, hey, my name is Tony. I'm a sinner saved by grace. And I know that I'm powerless over people, places, and things. And that I struggle in this area. I struggle with lust. I struggle with whatever it is. But just to be honest. And he loses power. Right away, he loses power. He ain't got no power. So honesty is the first step, man. Honesty and knowing that we are going to do this together. That we are a unit. So I love you, brother. That helps you out a little bit with the first step. And I'll be getting back with you some more.